Once upon a time, a rate cut meant something. It was a message, a spark, a call to arms. Today, it's a whisper in a crowded room. We've got an official cash rate that wants to play hero, but the audience has stopped clapping. So here's the question: can policy still move the people? Or has the pendulum swung so far that no amount of cutting will cut through the noise? Jared Kerr, chief economist and economic truth teller, returns. Is New Zealand's recovery coming? Or is it we're just lowering rates in a market that doesn't care anymore?
Financial freedom faster. Financial freedom faster.
If you like making money rather than watching everyone else do it, hit that subscribe button because the numbers don't lie. More investors are getting the New Zealand housing and real estate intel from this show than any other YouTube channel in 2025. Jared, let's cut to it. Will the OCR drops materially shift the housing market, or are we past the point of impact?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think we're at the point of impact yet. I think we've delivered a lot of rate relief, which certainly helped a lot of households out there and businesses who have loans linked to housing. So I think there's been a nice reduction in the restrictiveness of interest rates, but we're not at a point where I would consider it to be stimulatory. So we've still got more cuts to come, and I definitely think they'll have an impact.
And do you think the RBNZ's being a bit too slow, too cautious? Are they being realistic about the limits they're setting?
I think they are being too slow. I think they've delivered a lot of cuts already. So in their minds, they've done a lot, but I don't think they've done enough. We're sitting here looking at an economy which is struggling, like really struggling to get out of the recession we had last year. So we need policy at a setting that is stimulatory, and that's 75 basis points away from where we are today. So if they were to deliver that, we would see further falls in all mortgage rates, lending rates throughout the economy.
So if the OCR does drop, banks are going to lend more aggressively?
I think banks are lending more aggressively now. So what we've seen over the last couple of years were a few of the major Australian banks are actually pulling back a bit. And we saw that the access to credit, the access to mortgages and business loans were quite restricted. That's changed. If you look at the RBNZ survey of banks, it's saying that, all banks now have come to the party and want to lend. So that's a real good sign, because the oil in the economic engine is that credit. And when credit's available like it is now, the engine doesn't seize like it did last year.
Just a reminder, your competition has already subscribed to the fastest growing property and investment channel in New Zealand. That means they're getting the insights first, making the moves first, and locking in profits while you're still debating whether to click a button. Be smart, subscribe. And what are the psychological effects of rate cuts, say, compared to 5 or 10 years ago? People are paying a lot more attention to what the OCR is doing.
Oh, absolutely. Our economy is much more sensitive to interest rate movements now than what it was, 10, 20, 30 years ago. We have a bit more debt that we need to service. So, the 225 basis points reduction in the interest rate has had an impact on people. It's certainly helping, but it's not going far enough, in our opinion.
And is the household debt still increasing, or is it kind of flatline while people wait and see?
Household debt's actually flatlined over the last, I think it's as far as 10 years. It's basically gone sideways as a percentage of income. It's still very high, like really high by international standards, but it's not getting worse. In fact, people are using the opportunity to pay back a little more debt, which they do when they're cautious. So interest rates, get cut, and people think, "Oh, I'll take some of it, but I'll also pay back a little bit more," which is good for the health of the economy, for the health of their balance sheet. But it's not driving spending, which is what we need.
And the global risks impacting us at the moment, China's slowdown, geopolitical tensions, is that going to blunt the effectiveness of this OCR adjustments that are coming?
Yeah, all of that worries us. It worries us quite a lot. Our trade with the United States, I don't think is going to be impacted much at all with just a 10% tariff. They love our beef. That's not going to change. They love our wine. I don't think that's going to change, but it's the indirect stuff. So the US economy is going to slow down on the back of this, no doubt. Chinese economy, if they have a tariff anything higher than 20%, that'll slow them down. That'll slow broader Asia down, and global growth. IMF, World Bank, all these forecasters have slashed their global growth. What does that mean for us? Well, we're a tiny little economy at the edge of the earth, and when stuff happens overseas, it kind of washes up on our shores, hits our export sector, particularly dairy, and that going into Asia. And potentially, lowers the volume that they ask for, and also the price. And it's the export sector that's been doing really well in New Zealand. So to have that being the most vulnerable bit right now, it worries us.
And what more can the government do in the policy side of things to support the backbone of the economy?
Well, I mean, the investment boost is a good idea. I think it's a great idea, but it's not one of those things that turn the dial a lot. It certainly helps, but it's not going to be a key driver of people jumping in and wanting to expand. I mean, you can offer these sorts of discounts or tax breaks, but people need to want to invest first. I mean, I don't think we're there yet. We need the stronger economy. So what can the government do? I think there's a lot they can do around regulation to speed up this economy, and it looks like they're trying to do that. From me, it's also about getting a free trade agreement with India. I mean, seriously, of all the trading partners out there we should be focused on, it's India, because in my opinion, India is going to be the China of the next 30 years. So we need to sort of strap ourselves to that bandwagon.
And where is the inflation in New Zealand sitting at the moment? Is there any material difference? Are the charts telling the real story?
Yeah, the charts are. We've seen, inflation fall back close to 2%, and then it's just kind of popped up to 2.5, and we're forecasting it'll pop up to 2.7. It's still within the 1 to 3% target band, so the RBNZ can look through that. Over the medium term, we actually think there's downside risk to inflation. We think it possibly ends this year below 2 and then stays below 2. So, again, it'll enable the Reserve Bank to do more with interest rates to stimulate this economy that needs it.
And what's the consequence if the RBNZ decides not to cut rates next time around?
Well, unfortunately, if they do that, then which is possible, then that'll put upward pressure on wholesale rates. That'll put upward pressure on mortgage rates, and it would be very unhelpful for the recovery. And to me, that would be yet another misstep from the central bank.
There's certainly question marks about the chair at the moment.
Yeah, so we've had the abrupt exit of Adrian Orr. Fine. We've got Christian Hawkesby, fantastic. He's done a lot of time as a fund manager in New Zealand. Really well regarded, and he also spends some time in the Bank of England. So he's pretty good at central banking and understanding markets. There are a few other names out there as well. I'm pretty sure we'll attract quite a high caliber individual for this role.
Well, appreciate your insights today, Jarrett, and look forward to your next report, and follow along and catch up again soon.
Thanks for having me on.
A final reminder, money moves fast and the investors making the most of it are here. This is the fastest growing property channel in New Zealand for a reason. If you don't subscribe now, just know that someone else is already using this knowledge to make their next deal while you hesitate.